I've always been open to anything, but as long as the two of us agree. We've never agreed to be open or, once we locked it down, we locked it down. So like, yeah. Have you ever been open in this relationship? That's not what I meant. I meant like early on, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Huh?
What did he say?
Speak to the mic.
I didn't. What? Huh?
Yeah.
What was the question?
You were you open in this relationship?
Yes, but I'm confused by his answer.
Were you ever open in this relationship? So you're asking him, have you ever cheated?
Hey, I'm Miss Rita.
I'm Miss D.
And this is
Side to the podcast.
Welcome.
Or whatever.
Today, we have some special guests.
This is Miss M and Mr. L. Sorry for your mic. This is Miss M and Mr. L.
What's up?
What is today's topic today, Miss Rita?
Okay, today's topic is about interracial dating or couples.
Interracial dating. I could totally start because I got my questions written down. So we're going to talk about interracial dating today. My question for both of you are, what exactly are your races and your relationship status?
I am Black and West Indian, specifically Jamaican.
I am Puerto Rican.
And relationship status?
Yes.
I think that I'm about to get married.
What you mean you think?
But you know how no, for real. You know how with some people they could be in relationships for like 5 years and be like, well, I think I'm, and then the other person think that they might be single or dating. So some people believe they're dating until they're married.
Okay.
I believe I'm completely committed to this person.
So you're engaged.
Yeah. We're engaged.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Go ahead, Miss Rita.
Actually, tomorrow's our anniversary, y'all.
1 year of being engaged or together at all?
1 year being engaged and 4 years together.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Congratulations.
I'm sorry, look, I done already upset him. I said some stupid shit. See, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Well, listen, it's okay.
I thought it was on Mother's Day.
It was on May 8th last year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. And Mother's Day this year is later.
14th.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mother's Day, I'm having a Mother's Day cookout. You guys can come to.
Totally. Do it.
Okay, so you guys are engaged. You was kind of confusing me at the beginning, but I'm just gonna bypass that. So, do you guys set a wedding date?
We are too indecisive, I can say.
And plus, I just can't handle the stress. We, being who we are, we can't handle the stress right now of life, plus adding a whole wedding. I think that a wedding is supposed to be for two people who are in love to celebrate their union, whereas other people make it about their whole family. And I don't have the time to be thinking about everybody else. If we did have a wedding, if and when we do have a wedding, this one is going to be my maid of honor.
Congratulations, sir.
And my first wife as well.
Sir, can't be your best man anymore.
Oh, wow.
She was going to take that shit either way.
Right. Oh, my God.
So my next question is, what relationship examples did you have growing up? Like,
oh shit.
Okay.
Relationship examples. I didn't really have any relationship examples. My mother, I stayed with my mother. My mother and my father split up, so I always lived with my mother, and my mother had boyfriends here, boyfriends there, whatever. But
No husband.
She never got into marriage till later. And the marriage lasted about probably 5 years, and I didn't think he was cut out anyway, but that's as deep as
that's just what happened.
Yeah. That's pretty much the relationship thing that I have, at least.
His dad just got married though.
Yeah,
sorry.
My dad did
sorry,
just
Miss
get
Rita.
married.
Congratulations to him.
Finally.
That's who she
He
had.
said
her eyes
finally.
on.
But, Well, he found his person.
Yeah.
He did find his person.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing. Yeah.
Miss Rita, do not let. All right. You know what I'm gonna say. don't let marriage stop you from partying.
That's what we're not going to do. She's respecting
Exactly.
their
Of course,
situation.
absolutely.
Girl.
Listen, she's a saint. I believe her.
I believe in karma.
Exactly. That one.
Yeah.
Miss M.
Yes.
What was your upbringing like with,
Relationships?
All right. So my parents actually have always been together. I've always lived with both parents. It was very much dysfunctional. Out of turmoil on like on a daily basis. I don't know if y'all know about how Jamaican men are, the stereotype of, well, everything that you think that is my dad. Very loud, lively, angry, just anyway. And my mom is more like me, more on like the timid side, just a hardworking woman. And that was like the person that I look up to. So, even though we say that we try not to, we want to be delicate and feminine, but I've always learned to be that strong Black woman.
Right.
How are you guys going to change the dynamics, I guess? You guys' backgrounds, to input it into you guys' relationship.
So for me, I've seen a lot of my mom. She's been hurt a lot. Definitely has been hurt a lot. And me growing up seeing that, it didn't really click in with me. I didn't like it. And I never want to be like those people that she was involved with. So I always set my best foot forward. And same thing with my father. My father, he pretty much was a womanizer. So I don't want to follow that trail.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. What was the question?
I think the question was, how are you going to change it, like,
The
based on your dynamics?
Oh, I won't allow disrespect. We are able to talk through all of our issues and disagreements without blowing up at each other every single time. But sometimes, you can't control somebody else's emotions. If somebody wanted to step out, that's either something that we would discuss because, we know who we were coming into this. So like if we were open to open relationships, that's who we were. And if not, then we would cut that shit short and go our separate ways. So I don't think there's ever a need for infidelity.
So, for some clarity.
1 second.
His face, look at his face.
Because
the question.
He was trying to get some clarity, I
Yeah.
guess. On what she said, I guess his face.
I want him to address what I said.
Oh, okay.
Well, the question was asked
How we would change
how we would change
for our relationship.
our relationship from what you seen
Yeah.
in your family.
Right.
So that's what you seen in your family, and that's okay. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
What specifically? Did you have an issue with the
Speaking to the mic.
openness? My bad.
No, I didn't have an issue with any of that. I didn't think you were answering the question properly. That's all.
Oh. Was I clear?
I know that you said, that your mom was disrespected, and you said you won't allow disrespect. I think what he's saying is you kind of veered off a little bit when you start talking about infidelity because. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. When you talk about infidelity, so are you saying that your father was infidel, and are you saying that maybe next time you would communicate more if you guys want to step out? Is that what it was? Like, was your father infidel?
I can't speak for that man because he's not here.
Okay.
So I don't know actually what happened. All I'm saying is with our relationship, we see a lot of toxicity around us and dysfunction, and we're going to try our best to be better and to raise our children better.
Okay.
Children. Sorry, go ahead. She threw you a little bit. Wait a minute, because I can't just let you bypass that.
Okay.
Because you said children, meaning more than one.
We got fish.
No, we're
Miss
working on
M,
it.
are you?
It's been a tough journey, but we're working on it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and ask the next one if that's all right.
And then also, you mentioned what I was asking for clarity is when you said something about open relationship. Are you saying you are not in an open relationship, or you guys were possibly in an open relationship at the beginning?
Are you open to it?
I was confused because I don't know. Because remember, he was making a face, and then you was like, "Let him speak first." But you said something about an open relationship. It kind of was confusing, so I was just trying to get some clarity on it.
I've always been open to anything, but as long as the two of us agree. We've never agreed to be open or, once we locked it down, we locked it down. So like, yeah. Have you ever been open in this relationship? That's not what I meant. I meant like early on 4 years ago.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Huh?
What did he say?
Speak to the mic.
I didn't. What? Huh?
Yeah.
What was the question?
Were you open in this relationship?
Yes, but I'm confused by his answer.
Were you ever open in this relationship? So you're asking him, have you ever cheated?
4 years
No,
ago?
I said what?
I'm so confused.
She confused the shit out of me too.
I think because she said, have you ever been open in this relationship? Meaning,
Never mind. Never mind. That was a loaded gun. Anyway,
Hold on, let's just relax.
we ain't
Shake
been
it off.
open, and if I get cheated on, then I'm gonna probably end up. No, I'm not gonna go to jail. I'm kidding. I wish I would, but then I think that we would just decide to go our separate ways. That's it. No, I'm not open right now. But
we're
if it
not
came
open
down
about
to
the
it,
relationship. No, I put a ring on this lady's
what I'm
finger because
saying
I love
is-
you.
I understand that. But like things happen, just like Will and Jada. If it gets down the road, you see like these people in these movies, they do some crazy shit like having orgy parties or whatnot. I'm not trying to get all wild.
In
So if
movies.
we were to decide something like a hall pass, which I'm not into right now, but that's how people are. You can't tell the future. I'm just saying.
okay.
So this is strictly a monogamous relationship.
Strictly monogamous. No, we good. Thank you. We stopped drinking because we're trying to have a
Okay,
baby.
bro. Thank you.
Okay. Miss M, do you strictly prefer to date outside your race? If yes, why?
Miss
Did
M. Miss M.
I heard you say his name. My bad.
I mean, let me ask. You want me to ask it again?
My first boyfriend of 4 years, he was African. He was from Liberia.
Okay.
Then after that, it was some a couple black guys in between.
Yeah.
Not couple, one. And then went on to a white guy. And now Puerto Rican. I really don't have a preference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same question for you.
I don't have a preference. I definitely don't have a preference. I feel as though at the end of the day, we all human. All humans care. All humans, we all love. At the end of the day, it's not about race, color, whatever. Love don't got a color. So
I agree. You can be purple. I'm gonna love you.
You sure about that?
No.
Yeah. We know what you want, honey.
What do I want, ma'am?
A tall, dark,
Keep it
and
going.
fine
This
ass
is the
black
second
man.
time you gotta
Okay?
keep bringing it
How come
up.
everybody
You
know?
gotta keep bringing
Because
it
we
up.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, I just want to tell you, it's nothing different in the waters out there. Like, they're all men. Okay? I think I found a great one, but they're all men at the end of the day.
Right.
Don't matter what color they are. If they gonna fuck you, they gonna fuck you over in the same look.
I knew it.
She's so cute. Girl, focus.
You focus. I'm trying to get my thing.
So do you guys, family, except, I guess, each of you guys, do your family, Do your family accept Miss M? And do your family accept Mr. L?
With open arms. Absolutely.
I love his mommy. And yeah, his family loves me, and I can say that with confidence. And then my family loves him. And after I brought a whole white guy home, what can they? That shook them up enough. So
Right.
Can't really do much after that.
Mr. L. Mr. L, what qualifications were you looking for in a woman that led you to Miss M?
I want to answer that after he's done.
Okay.
Wait, I missed it. I'm sorry.
What were your qualifications that you were looking for in a woman that led you to Miss M?
So it's more about how a woman made me feel.
Okay.
Like, love is definitely a big thing, man. Love is definitely a big thing. I mean, love can change all. Love triumphs, so on and so forth. Looks definitely there.
Are you trying to say I look good?
Period.
Always.
Period.
Always.
Oh, the freaking.
It's just the feeling you get. Like, for example, Miss M over here got the craziest smile in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime she smiles, it's just like, damn.
Stop. You're
Damn.
making me blush.
I'm serious though.
Stop.
It's that feeling that y'all getting right there. Oh, that's that feeling. I love that.
So to sum it up, you look for looks and the way she treats you.
Oh, make him sing too.
So that's only two things you were. Sorry, those are the only two things you were looking for: looks and the way she treats you.
It's very simplistic. It's deeper than that, but at the end of the day, it all ties in. Like,
the reason
it's happiness.
The way he treats
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Was this your first proposal?
No.
Oh, you proposed.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Oh.
To who? This was years ago.
Who?
I'm not gonna air out names, babe.
Do I know them?
No.
Do I know of them?
Yes.
Was she pregnant?
No.
Okay, so you said you wanted to answer after him. Were you going to tell me what you were looking for?
No, I was going to answer the question for him.
Because
I was trying not to be.
Not for you. The reason I was asking that is because a lot of men say that they look for all these qualifications, like a woman that cooks, woman that cleans, submissive, respectful, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and I'm hearing this from mostly black men. So I wanted to know from your perspective, what were you looking for in a woman? Because these black men are taking over the internet and screaming femininity and screaming, dependency. So I was wondering.
That's funny because I didn't start that until like after I think we moved in together. Like, I was not domesticated and I wasn't trying to be sitting there doing anything for no man, married or otherwise.
All right, now I like to hear that.
I do it because he deserves it.
Exactly.
He takes care of me, so I try my best to take care of him. Yeah.
So is there no gender roles, or do you guys believe in a gender roles in relationship?
When I'm exhausted, he will clean, he will cook after a long day of doing overtime, like his job plus overtime. And then the same for me. If I'm literally while I'm at work, at home, I'm still cooking or I'm still doing this and have to take care of our daughter, all the nightly routines. So yeah, we work together. We do everything that we're supposed to do together.
So just to reiterate, Mr. L, you still, even though I broke it down, you still only look for looks and the way she treats you, right? You weren't looking for submissiveness. You weren't looking for, a great mother or anything like that.
A great mother kind of falls in line with like the way. So the way I look at it, a lot of men out here go for a woman that's like their mother.
Okay.
Because, like, growing up, mother is God in the eyes of a child.
Yeah.
But it's a little closer for a man, just like father is closer to a woman.
Okay.
So if I could see that mirror image, if we can, my mom is up here. Listen, she's the greatest mom of all. Did it all by herself. I see that, I'm locking that. That's definitely.
So Miss M reminds you of your mother.
Yes, in a sense. In a sense.
All right. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
Yo,
Who said I love you first?
It took a while. It took several months, and I was drunk as fuck. But yeah, it was me.
Oh,
unfortunately.
She goes, that's very fortunate.
Okay.
How did you feel when she said it?
Shocked.
Did you feel the same?
Yes.
Did you bend no, but you were scared to say something?
Something like that. It was just like, it was more like unbelief. It's just like, oh shit. Bro, I feel that too.
Right. So how did you know you guys were in love with each other? Like, what were some things that was like made you like, dang, I really love this person?
So you know from our history, I was a little bit obsessed. I don't know what it was, but I never get like this over any person. I don't know if it was his pheromones or what, but even before he noticed me, I was just like, I was a stalker.
I
remember because he was like when we all had our girl talk one night. He was like, "My man."
I was like, all about my man.
Yes,
I don't talk about him. I really.
I remember.
No, for real. Like I play it cool with one in front of him, but like I was obsessed, and I had to chill out on that shit because it's not healthy. It's not.
Okay, here's my question, Miss M.
What? Mr. L didn't answer the question.
Oh, go ahead.
She did it again.
Repeat the question. I'm sorry. Said like, how did you know you were in love with Miss M?
So to reiterate what I was saying earlier, like her smile, that feeling that you get when you're around that person is different than any other feeling that you'll get around anybody else. So like when I'm around her, I feel confident.
Made your heart beat fast.
Yes. Yes, you do.
You said you feel confident. Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
All right.
Okay, Miss M, you ready?
Sorry.
I don't know.
All right, hold on.
You scare me. I don't like
so
coming
sorry.
this way.
Oh, Miss M, come on. This is your question only for you.
What?
Okay, Miss M. Lots of people say their partner comes before their children. Do you agree?
No. And do you think I put you before my child?
Nah. Negative.
Never. Not one day. Not 1 hour a day. I treat him like a man, but they have separate roles, and my baby is everything. And he treats her like the princess that she is.
I love that.
That is his daughter as well. She has a huge family now.
I love that. So, when it's time to serve, food, do they both get it at the same time? No.
So I was actually taught that the man should get the plate first.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is hard to fall out of that, mindset, but I serve them both. I mean, like if she's there, I'll serve her. But if she might be in her room or something, I'll bring him his plate first, and I take it to him. I do.
Okay.
And that might be an act of submission, but it is what it is.
Okay.
I serve them their plate.
Like as far as who gets it first, whoever's in front of your face, or
basically
you do it together.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the way he treats me is the way I treat him. If he puts me on a pedestal, I do that with him as well.
Mr. L, the woman in your life, what is the order of the woman in your life, or are most important on down?
So I'm gonna put Miss M on top.
That was unexpected.
Cause I mean, this is the woman that I chose to live with for the rest of my life.
Right.
This is who's gonna be here.
Right.
Dan, broke, rich, whatever it is. Not saying that like family ain't, but that's this side of the family. I'm starting this family.
So who comes next? Is it your mother or is it the child?
It would be the child.
Yeah, wordings.
Damn, I'm sorry. I'm asking.
Is the child my child?
Jeez,
You get what I mean?
oh my god!
You could have been like
Start
your
some
child.
shit.
I don't know.
Sorry, is
Oh my
it the
God.
mother or your child? I'm sorry.
It would be my child.
Okay, and then would it be your mother or is there someone else?
It would be my mother.
Okay.
Shit, I'm picking his mom first. I'm kidding.
And your list of women, his mom's first?
List of women?
Yeah. Or are you saying if you were him, you would pick your mom, put his mom first?
No. I mean, I completely understand where he's coming from.
Okay.
So no, I respect that.
Okay.
Are you asking me my list?
No.
Okay, good.
Do you guys do 50-50?
No, he pays most of the bills. I pay my phone bill. What else do I pay? Yeah, for my car. I pay for my car because everything else is really, really high, so he takes care of that.
What's your profession, Mr. L? Like, you don't have to give specifics, but like, are you an engineer, a truck driver?
Mechanic.
Okay, gotcha.
What's your profession, Miss M?
I work for the feds.
Okay.
Are you going to be taking his last name?
I want to. Yeah.
So is there like a cultural
Difference?
Yeah.
Well, we can start with the food.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, that's a good.
I love making Spanish. Like, I learn from him, learn from his, like, I love to, learn new things, and how to cook for him so that, he can enjoy it. And then, he's learning everything from me. I make a lot of Jamaican food. Actually, we make all kinds of shit, but, all kinds of things. But it's mainly our, cultural food. And it's delicious.
Well, I want some. No pork.
We don't do pork anymore.
Oh, you stopped the pork?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Well, no, I mean, he didn't. He's Puerto Rican, obviously. But I did. I'm sorry.
Is there a specific religion?
No. No. It's just dietary restriction. Oh, you mean not on the pork?
I'm sorry. I was asking a different question.
I'm sorry. I was like, he was raised Catholic, right?
Yes.
And
Catholic at a young age, and then as I started growing up, we started going to non-denominational. Yeah.
I was raised Jehovah's Witness. And now we're both not of either of those.
So you're agnostic.
No. We are definitely we are looking for a home church, or church home or whatever. But I would never be a cat. Excuse me, that was offensive. I don't see myself being a Catholic.
Okay, all right. My next question is a little bit, of course, I'm on edge. I'm an edgy person.
Oh, I remember the question. You said, am I going to take his last name?
Oh, yes.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to remember.
I love his last name. And, I mean, I don't mind doing that traditional thing, like taking his last name. I just want it to sound good. So I might hyphenate it. We'll see. But go ahead.
Mr. L, how does discipline work in your household with this being a blended family?
Discipline?
Yes, discipline of your child.
Well, our child is like a saint. There's if there's any discipline at all, is like no tablet. You can't do your you can't play with your tablet. Go do your homework, finish your homework, eat, then we can talk. Okay, this, that, and third. Get good grades.
Right.
You're doing good. Bam. All right, here's your tablet.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying that for people who do need to. When I was one of those naive parents who were like, if I need to beat my kids, I'm definitely going to do it because that's the only way to discipline and shit. But thank God I never needed to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I noticed. If you feel like this is a question that I shouldn't ask, just say that. But I noticed.
I'm sure it is.
When he talks, he say ours, and then when I hear you say my. You know what I'm saying? He say our daughter, and then it's like my daughter. Like, how do you transition from out of.
You know what?
Saying
I've just
bio
always been like that, and
Okay.
he never even stops me when I do it too. I'm
Okay.
like, no, that's my baby. You know, that's just, you know, I think that's more so how I talk, and I'm possessive. It's like my man, my baby. Like that's, I think that's just really a way that I talk. It's not that I'm not sharing the responsibility because
I get it because I say my stink, my baby,
exactly
my son,
yeah,
my child. So I get it.
I don't think, yeah, no, that's definitely, he has helped to raise her over these, last few years. So, of course, he can have that responsibility if he wanted.
Mr. L, how do you co-parent with her? How do you co-parent with you guys' daughter, other parent?
The child's biological father.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. How do you co-parent with the child's biological father?
You can go ahead first.
I have I'm gonna just say I have a great relationship with the dude. I don't got nothing against him. Whatever. Just keep things cordial. No. There's no. I don't want to interfere with anything that our daughter. I don't want our daughter to look at me and him and be like, oh, they beefing. You know?
Which she has. She took a long time to, you know, ease into everything. So like she would act really weird, talking to her dad about him and then vice versa. So she does it, but we all do pretty well now. I talk to the stepmom all the time. The stepdaughter comes, let me see, her half sister comes over. We have a good time, and I'm enjoying this blended family thing. Didn't think that would ever be possible.
Mr. L,
my hatred.
Mr. L, do you ever have a time where you feel like Miss M is being a bit too aggressive as a black woman? Because there's a lot of people who feel like black women are aggressive and overbearing and so on and so forth. But do you feel that way with Miss M?
I'm not gonna say as a black woman because we all human. We all human. We are all entitled to our own emotions.
Right.
So I don't believe there's race involved there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say she's aggressive. I'm gonna say she's upfront.
Okay. You know, there's a stereotype angry black woman, so that's what I was wondering if you had that same mindset.
No.
Gotcha.
Who do you believe leads the relationship? This can be for both of you guys.
You want me to answer? You want to answer?
This is cute. Because that's so cute. Like,
so just right there just tells you who leads. We both do this together. We lead together.
I mean, you guys are equals.
I was gonna say no. I wouldn't. No, I would say that. You know how some men are like, I want a woman who's submissive.
Yeah,
but you can't have a submissive woman unless you are an adequate leader.
Exactly.
And I feel like if this man is doing everything he should be, as a, you know, future husband, the breadwinner, and, you know, he takes care of house and home, takes care of me. So I would treat him as the leader, give him that responsibility. He's our provider and protector.
It seems like, I'm sorry. It seems like you're a little, I don't want to say apprehensive. It seems like you're a little hesitant about saying, yes, he leads. Like you're
because I am.
Why? Do you feel like you lead a lot of the time? Like,
no, I've just been known to be like a monstrous feminist.
Okay.
And I have a lot of views for men who speak ill against women.
Yeah.
But I realize that everything is not a fight all the time, and my views are not based on, you know, like religion, or it's not based on societal standards. I think at the end of the day, it's just about respect. So I give him the respect that he's earned and he gives me the respect as well. So
you guys both lead. It's like a partnership then.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
What? Okay. Wait, because you wanted to answer the question too. Did you have anything else to add to it?
No, that's just like I was saying earlier. You can give me all the leadership you want. I feel like we engage. We are bound to get married. We gonna do this together. We gonna lead together. This is like forward. You know, it's that partnership. But that's it.
Why do you guys feel like people cheat?
I think there's lots of reasons. Selfishness. People who like to self-sabotage. Yeah, I mean, I can't really.
Go ahead, keep going, Mr.
People are
L.
asshole.
Why else?
Mr. L, keep going.
You got anything to say to it?
Oh, me? I say Mr. M.
No,
I'm sorry.
Mr. L, keep going. Why
Oh.
else do they cheat?
Selfishness. What she said. Just getting stuck in the ways, pretty much.
And fear, too, I would say.
Fear could be one of
Like
them.
fear of commitment, too.
Yeah.
And just plain stupidity.
Yeah.
It's like, and if you try to, rationalize it as like, well, that person is not doing a particular thing that you want them to do, because so you're going to step out on them and hurt them for the rest of their lives just because you can't control them.
Question for both. Sorry, I thought you were done. Are you done? No. Question for both. What do you guys consider cheating? Because I just wanted to clarify really quick.
Flirting, sex, kissing, spending spending time with people that you might be interested in, knowing exactly what's going on.
I want Mr. L to answer in just a second, but do you consider, like if he buys a woman lunch every day at work, is that considered cheating?
Me?
If he buys a woman.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And the next time I make him lunch, there will be something special in it.
Mr. L, what do you consider cheating?
Let me just say, I ain't buying women lunch. I don't want shit in my shit.
Well, because I was just like wondering, like, is spending money a part of cheating? I was wondering if she thought that, but go ahead. What do you consider cheating?
Spending money? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would say that's a part.
Okay.
I think you nailed it all on the head, though. Earlier. All the above.
Did either one of you guys, cheated in previous relationships?
No,
Yes.
That hasn't been my personality.
You said no, that's
No.
not your personality. And you said yes.
Yes.
Why did you cheat, Mr. L?
Stuck in my ways. Stuck in my ways of being a young kid, man. It was
Immature. So you cheated because of immaturity? Okay.
I would say immaturity, being dumb. You gotta grow up sometimes, man.
How many serious relationships have you had, Mr. L?
Serious, I would say 2.
Okay.
So
I still want to know who was proposed to.
Dang.
But, you know,
I tried to
I
get
guess
away
we'll
from
talk
it.
about that later.
Me too. I get away from it.
Do you believe that slogan, once a cheater,
Was there a
always
ring?
cheater?
Huh?
Was there a ring?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Did she keep the ring?
I have no
Do
idea.
you have the ring?
No, I don't have the ring.
Okay.
Do you?
I'm impulsive. I can't help it.
I'm loving
Okay.
it.
Jesus.
I'm just sitting here. Do you believe in the slogan, once a cheater? No.
I'm fine. Miss D's fine, by the way.
Once a cheater, always a cheater. I'm scared because I'm trying to make it look at his face. I'm scared for a second. I'm like, oh my God.
him too.
Okay. She was like, right on rice.
Yeah.
Okay, do you believe in that slogan, once a cheater, always a cheater?
No.
It was bullshit, right? I agree too.
You know how the old heads would have us think that, things have to be the way that they always were. So the way that we learned was once a cheater, always cheater. So I don't know how to get out of that.
Do you, Miss M, do you see a significant difference between dating a black man versus other races?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
The only difference was like literally the cultures, the food, the things that I'm learning and the things that he's learning about. But no.
Okay.
So like Mr. L, Miss M is a natural haired woman.
Mm-hmm.
He helped me take my braid out down today. He
I'm
showed
sorry.
it.
Let me
When I tell you that he tangled my hair up, I was ready to kick him in his. Anyway, go ahead. You want to know how he feels about natural hair?
Yes.
I was going to come back. Let me bring it back because I wanted to ask this question first. So the question is, how many other African American Jamaicans have you dated?
Lots.
A few.
Okay.
So black woman is your type. Sorry.
Not necessarily.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So are you kind of familiar with the hair, different hair textures and stuff like that?
Let's just break down familiar. I know about it. I don't know about it.
Oh.
But most of your exes didn't wear their. No, yes, they did.
Are you guys friends? Racially considerate?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Our friend groups, do they mind? Are they okay? Like, when I got around his friend groups, no person in particular, there was a lot of the N-word. A lot of the N-word. Like, a lot. And I understand that they all grew up around it. They all grew up saying it. You know, that's just something that was that came natural to them. But if you're not going to be considerate of the people around you, then I have a problem with that. But that was a long time ago. And I love everybody. All of this.
So hold on. We ain't going to go from that, baby girl. Because hold up.
Oh, I thought that was something you could just slide right over.
We ain't sliding through it. So you don't allow him to say the N-word?
I didn't say that. I said they should be considerate of the people who they might potentially
is his friends Caucasian? Is that what you're saying? Oh. So like, who was saying the N-word? So he doesn't say the N-word, or he does?
I guess I'm like, what up? No,
I'm not.
He does not.
Because I'm asking because I personally believe that people who are minorities,
people of color,
have the right, I guess. And that sounds like kind of weird because
what is people of color though?
I'm sure people like Mexicans,
according to them, is Asians, it's anybody who has a little bit of melanin in them. So
Asians don't have melanin; they're yellow.
Native American, indigenous peoples. No, Asian. That would be people of color. That's what they consider people of color.
Who is they?
Southeast. People who call themselves people of color.
Where you get your facts from?
TikTok.
And they said the Asians is people of color.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Well, I meant minorities though.
So
they are a minority.
What race can be people of color?
I was just explaining this to you.
Go ahead.
Asian, Southeast Asian, Pacific Islanders, or whatever it's called, Northern Pacific. Everybody who is not white. That's what they consider people of color. I just go by black because I'm black.
I thought that
they didn't say colored people. They said people of color.
I thought minorities was Hispanic, African American, and Native American. Those kind of people that are people of color.
When you think about it, they're all minorities.
Right. And
everybody but white people are minorities.
I mean, but I feel like Asians are not minorities because I believe Asians take a big part of the human population.
If that's the case, then
in
so
America.
do Native Americans, so do black people.
No, you're not.
If you go to Africa, then
you got a whole continent of Asia. You have a whole continent
you're not
of Africa. You have a whole continent.
Are you talking about just in America?
No, I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about in America, it's 300 million, roughly 300 million Americans, and in Asia, it's billions.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Okay, so are we talking about in terms of people in America America being people of color or
I'm talking about
in
minorities.
Asia?
Minority.
Okay, so they're never going to be a minority in
Right.
Asia. Obviously, a white person would be a minority in Asia.
Okay.
So depending on where you're talking about, so in America, we are the minority. Everybody but a Caucasian person is a minority.
So you don't. I mean, who do you think
Do you
should
disagree,
say the N
Mr.
word?
L?
I'm trying to understand everything.
So no,
There's a lot of
it's not that I think anything about it. I just think that, you know, people should learn to be considerate of who they're around and, you know, try their best not to be hateful. That's it.
Okay, go ahead, Miss L. I want to hear, what do you consider minority and what do you consider people of color?
people of color have a little melanin in them. People of minority is, I thought of it as Hispanics, blacks, and Native Americans.
Right.
I thought of it the same way, but I'm trying to think because Hispanics Hispanics covers a broad range of things. You got Hispanics in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has its own little island, but Mexico got a whole John going on.
Mm-hmm.
So is it necessarily considered a minority?
That's what I was saying. It's like, and why is it we gotta sit there and call ourselves people of color or a minority?
I don't call myself that.
Well,
said they do.
Well, it is people. We allow them to call us that. Like, or
Black people are
black.
like, last time I checked was 13%, roughly 13% of the population in America,
in United States,
according to census. Huh?
in United States.
Yes, and in the U.S. it's 13%. Okay.
Okay, so we're going by the United States.
Okay, if we go by the United States, everyone else is still a minority
Compared
outside
to
of
Caucasians.
Caucasians.
Mhm.
Well, because everyone.
I'm not talking about marginalized communities. I'm not talking about people who came from struggle, like, you know, urban communities. I just mean majority would be Caucasian over here, and then minorities would be the sprinkle of everybody else.
Why? I feel like they're sprinkle, we're sprinkle, they sprinkle, they sprinkle. It's just, I don't feel like, because once again, this was stolen land. Everyone came from somewhere else.
Right.
So it's just like, how can one
I feel here. Sorry.
be more, you know, I don't want to say superior.
I don't think that at all.
Yeah, how can one be more?
I'm just meaning like quantity.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't mean superiority.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
I'm saying I didn't want to use that term.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sorry, I feel like we're getting a little topic.
What are we talking about? Shit. Excuse me. Stuck.
It's okay. What we were talking about was
N-word.
Yes. I was asking if you allow him to say the N-word and you said no. Right.
Would you?
Because I feel like the only people that could say the N-word is black people. I've never heard of a Native American saying it, but I think that Hispanics do say it a lot, and I don't think I get as offended. However, I guess it depends on the Hispanic, because you have Afro-Latina, who I feel like absolutely has the right, but then you do have the pale Hispanics.
The pale faces, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, it's like they were never subject to that hatred back in the day where they had to be called Negro or anything like that. So it's just like, now that I think about it, it's like, you know, what have you went through?
So I can't speak about it. That's way beyond my time. But my family, my mother, my grandma, they weren't called Negro. They were called Spicks.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
So not to say because I get it. I understand that.
Because I can't.
We kind of still came like in that line.
In the same struggle. Yeah. But it's like if a black person says spick, you guys hear it as a racial term, but a lot of Hispanics say the N-word, and we all just kind of like, you know, shrug our shoulders because they're not white.
It's a derogatory term for Spanish people,
Hispanic
people.
Mm-hmm. You ever heard of spick and span?
I heard spick and span.
Spick and span, the cleaning utensil.
So I just never understood how they got the whole.
It's similar to Negro for Hispanic people. That's what SPIC is. SPIC. I heard of that when I was in Boston.
I heard of it.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like, so I guess Negro means color or black, all right?
Yeah, black person.
So what is it? No, not black person. If you look on the crayon, it just says
It's
black.
negro.
That's negro. That's Spanish. You can't put it that way.
Yeah.
Negro. That's a specific term for black people.
That's a color for Spanish.
I used to think that's. I mean, I know she going with it.
I'm just asking, what is?
Girl, you are tired.
What is the breakdown to SPIC?
I can't personally tell you because I don't know the background of it.
So out of respect, the same way I wouldn't go around calling him any type of derogatory term that I know for a fact is something that, you know, was used on him or his ancestors. He shouldn't be saying saying those things around me. I just out of respect. And I see what you mean about the, you know, Hispanic communities growing up in the same schools and the same lifestyle. So, you know, they learn the same languages. And that's not to say that I didn't ever speak out. I mean, I never really spoke out against it because I'm like, I try to understand, but you're not going to tell me it doesn't have a bite. Like when you do hear it from somebody who doesn't look like you, it stings a little bit.
So like I said, up until this very moment, you know, I was like, oh, a Hispanic says that, you know, they went through the same struggles as us. They go through the same, you know, diversities as us, the same whatever.
I see what you mean.
And then, like, right now, I'm like, nah, like, that doesn't resonate, you know, quite. So I kind of understand, like, what you mean, because if an Asian said it, if, you know, like I said, I never heard of Native American saying it. So it's kind of like, it makes
everybody
you think.
says it at the end of the day.
Yeah, behind our back, right?
It's just in different company. Yeah. Everybody says it. I don't use it, so why the fuck are you using it around me? Like, don't call me that.
Right.
Whether you're being friendly or not, just don't call me
that. A lot of people use that word as a term of endearment.
Yeah,
I know black people do. I have been trying to not say it, but sometimes I slip because I'm provocative.
Oh my God, your teeth are so pretty.
Thank you so much.
What do you use?
I don't know.
Whitening strips?
No, I don't use whitening strips.
got some nice ass smiles.
Thank you, darling.
This girl too.
It's like everybody had nice smiles a day.
For real. Oh my, beautiful, just beautiful ladies. Sorry, go ahead.
Gorgeous.
You are so tired.
No, you ain't going.
No, I'm not.
You want me to warm you up, honey? He don't mind that I flirt with her.
Okay, let's get into that.
Hey, so he does think it's cheating.
Let's get into it. So, Miss M, what is your sexual orientation, even though you're engaged?
If I were not with a man, I would be asexual. I don't want to mess with none of y'all filthy people because people make me sick. But I found one that doesn't make me nauseous. Two.
Hold on. Because it sounds, I know you said you wouldn't want to mess with anybody, but would you be more so pansexual if you weren't going to have?
I wouldn't say pan, no, because I think I love trans people. It's just everybody has their preferences.
Bi? I
would probably lean more towards bi. I don't really venture out past that. I'm very vanilla.
Okay. Got you. And so he considers it cheating when you flirt with women, or?
No, not her, because she came first, so it's really me cheating on her. But if I were to go out and get super drunk and like end up in some girl's bed, then yes, that would still be cheating.
Okay. And that's sweet.
I checked.
Okay,
I asked.
So he don't ever be like, let's have a threesome.
Huh?
He never be like, let's have a threesome. Like, he doesn't like find it intriguing.
You know what? When we started, I would like really be like messing with him, doing all this flirtatious and sexual, saying all this, and he's like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." And like, I'm into it. But then when it came down to it, he was not into it. He was just trying to show off.
I don't even think you would be into it,
girl. Yes, I would. You don't know my wild side.
I don't think you'd be. Not my man.
You're right. You're right. Not this one. I don't even know. Maybe a different one, but not this one.
I think that if you were into it, it'd be like you would receive everything. thing. Is that what it is?
No. No. I don't
It's like
think
you
so.
wouldn't mess
I'm
with,
a
them to mess
giver.
with each other, but you
I
would
like
want them to-
giving. I be trying to teach this girl. It's good to give. But
Who you teaching?
This girl.
this one right
this
here.
guy.
He's
How
right
you teach her
here.
is good to give.
Huh?
How you teach her is good to give.
Because you may not know it, but she's very prude. Is that the word? Yeah, she's prude.
She's
Explain.
but she don't like having oral sex either.
No, baby.
Explain.
Her.
Oh shit. Okay.
What is prude?
She's
So you just like
babe.
penetration.
Hold on, give me a second. What is prude?
Oh,
And what you teaching her?
She's I would say that she's very Oh, I'm lying. She is not vanilla.
because I don't like.
she just does
oral
everything else
sex.
but oral. So I
With
guess
women?
it's not that bad.
No, with
No.
men. I don't.
No,
Okay.
me and her never been together, girl.
That's your question.
she
I don't know what's going
You
on
ever-
here.
Yeah. Never mind. No, me and her never really been together.
Okay. Never
No.
really? Okay.
We never
Sorry.
been together. It's
We
not
have
really
never been together.
Okay.
I'm
sorry.
just saying for real in real life.
In real
Okay.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm just sorry. I'm just listening.
Shut up. That would
For
not be
the
something I
viewers-
would hide. Okay.
For the viewers, we have to get down to the bottom of this. Okay.
Yo,
for
remember
viewers-
that time we were flirting? Like I think it was in front of your mom and her. No,
It was
everybody at dinner,
Uh-huh.
and they looked at us like we were nasty. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, because Ms.
We
M
just
was
be
like, I'm
playing.
gonna eat Miss Rita, and I was like,
No.
oh,
They was
Who
confused.
said that?
Huh?
Who said that?
What?
Girl,
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Miss
But
D, she be on it
we-
because she was
yeah.
jealous a little.
I
Say
did
that.
not say that. I know.
I can
And then here
guarantee
she
you.
go giving you a wife card, and I'm like, your wife, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
you see that she told
She-
her. She said, "Tell Miss M she could never say that." Oh, you ever go get the card?
Oh no,
It's
Because
still
you just
hanging up.
going.
It's still hanging up.
Anyway,
At
we're
the end of the
focusing
day,
on this
Mr.
relationship.
L, yeah, Mr. L said, "What's going on here?"
I'm just here. I got like lipstick all on the no. Oh my!
Mr. L, would you say
goodness.
you're passive?
Huh?
Would you say you're passive? 'Cause I think we have a lot of African American men tuning into here, which I wanted to kind of tend to them with my questions a little bit. But would you say that you're passive? Because I think a lot of men, as you already received, was just like kind of pushing back, like, you're not manly enough or you're not masculine enough. Like, would you say you're passive or you are
define
secure?
passive?
Like, are you secure in your masculinity? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we just want to thank you guys for coming in.
Hope we didn't bore you to sleep.
Oh wait, did
Mhm.
you have any more questions for us? There's
Oh,
just one
I
question.
know
asked.
y'all tired.
Is Miss L, you got any questions?
No.
Okie doke.
I'm
I
Miss
mean,
Rita.
Wait. Back it up.
Backing it up.
Did you date outside of your race?
I haven't. Oh, sorry, I did. I have dated at least when I was younger a couple Hispanic men. I loved it.
Yeah, I know. That's
So-
the shit. That's where it's at for real.
But I think that's as far as I went is Hispanic. I wasn't able to go to Caucasian or anything else.
got
So
you.
yeah.
I'm on the lookout.
And would you?
I need them to at least
Like, would
be-
you settle
I mean, they're
down?
out there having this whole other
So they-
conversation.
I know, I'm trying to
So what I did outside of my race, I felt
settle.
I would. For me though, when it comes other than Hispanic, because I feel like it's a cultural thing for me. I feel like if a person has to know what I go through and understand me to the point where they've kind of been through it, and so I feel like a Caucasian man could not understand that,
Honestly,
and
you're
Asian
absolutely
men.
right.
and I feel like it's a little bit of a pushback from that. Whereas Hispanic men are a minority as well,
Absolutely.
and they kind of go through the racism as well, and they go through everything. So I think it seems like in my whole life that's as far as I would go is Hispanic.
You know
Oh.
what?
I dated a Cambodian guy before you guys keep
Ah,
saying that I do
yeah.
not date out my race. I do. I dated a Cambodian guy.
But
And I
would you
also-
settle down with someone?
I would settle down with anyone who's going to love me
Okay.
unconditionally.
Right.
That's it.
He
Doesn't
can
matter his color.
he can unconditionally love you and whoop your ass. So I mean,
That's
come on,
what?
more
Straight
it's more
go
into
Oh,
it.
and also,
You
I don't
straight
agree
go
with you. The
into
cheating and still
yeah.
being in love. No, you don't love that person. You love
You go
yourself,
straight into
and you
whooping
love
their
the
ass. I
idea
wanna
of
be
that
with a
person.
I'm not gonna be with a person who's whooping my ass. That's
Right.
just not
Yeah.
gonna happen. You can't love me
There's
unconditionally.
no compromise around
and
that.
you're whooping my ass.
Right.
It
And you
doesn't
can't
add
love
up.
me
The
and you're
math
cheating
ain't
on me.
mathing.
How does that
Exactly.
make sense?
It makes sense because I know it's hard.
It's selfish.
It is 100%, and it's hard for us to understand as women how.
Not at all. If you have a cheater's mindset, you can
Mr.
understand.
Mr. L, come on, I'm bringing you in.
Girl, bye.
Would you say that a man could cheat and still love his woman? Come on, Mr. L, don't be timid.
So
No, I want you to be open and honest.
I want
for
you to be
real.
open
Come
and
on.
honest.
a man can cheat and still love his woman, but can learn from his mistakes.
But
forward.
no, I mean the reason why he cheated to begin with, or the place that he was in, that means at that point he could not have loved her enough to not hurt her.
Yeah,
A man
I
could.
feel like a man, if he is truly in love with his person, he's not going to do anything to jeopardize it. No way, no shape and form.
Or
I
even
just
that's
love
where
the illusion.
person that he
stupidity comes
loves.
in,
Yeah,
though.
like-
No, it's not about, I don't even think it's about putting the things in jeopardy, because sometimes people can't see past what they're doing. But it's like, at the very least, you know, this is going to hurt this person. And that's why you're doing it in secret, because you know it's going to hurt them.
Yeah, it's like what
So
you're gonna
it's
think.
selfish at the end of the
You're
day.
It is
Yeah,
very
it is
selfish.
very selfish.
But
I-
men do it and they still love their
it's
woman.
not all
Men,
men.
child. I'm talking about cheating.
It's not
Just
all
cheating.
men. I feel like people, you think about things that you do, and it's like, oh, well, it just happened. No, I feel like at a certain age, a certain point in your life, it don't just happen. You make conscious decision
Absolutely.
every day.
You grow up.
Like if
Yeah.
you sitting
grow
there
up.
saying, hey,
It's not about growing up or being young. Boy, it's about making that conscious decision. We all make decisions, bad or otherwise. So like, you're making that bad decision, and there are always going to be consequences for each decision that you make. It ain't got nothing to do with your age.
The consequences are the biggest things that teach you that lesson, though.
But
That's
you
a part of
know
growing
that it's
up.
wrong from
Exactly.
the jump.
like if
Yeah.
you constantly
Or else you
say,
wouldn't have hit it, right?
Yeah.
if you saying, hey, you know what, I'm trying to be fit, I'm working out every day, boom, this is what I'm doing. You know the best thing to do is you know what you're not going to do is go eat a goddamn pizza
Right.
afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it
And
defeats the
even if
purpose.
It
you're
does.
tempted by it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
It's like
So,
sometimes you gotta overcome that temptation, and
That's
just,
all mental.
yeah. And I feel like maybe, like you're right, it's not an age thing, but it's a growth thing. It's something mental where you should just not be out here cheating.
no.
Exactly.
I just feel like I don't feel like all men cheat, and I don't. Feel
I don't
like
think that
if
either.
The man or the woman love their partner, they're not going to do it.
Right. So as soon as you do it, that means you don't love me. You can't love me. You can't. There's no way.
Where I feel like if you love me, that feeling right there, damn, you know what? What would my girl think? What would my woman think?
I don't
what
care.
my man
Even
think?
if you're
Yeah.
drunk off your ass, even in the weakest moment, like you weren't thinking about me, then that means you need to be done. Like, that's it.
I'm Miss D.
I'm Miss Rita.
And this is Sides of a Podcast. And thank you, our lovely guests, Miss M and Mr. L, for being on today.
Thank
talking
y'all.
about interracial dating.
Appreciate
You
it.
like it? It was cool?
Yeah.
It wasn't super bad. We did have a little,
Wasn't bad, but
a little spice in there, but we got through.
you definitely hit me with some shit now.
I'm sorry.